It's quite a long time. I mean, I've been on the train since probably about 5:30 when I've actually jumped on it and started to prepare it, till this is 10 to 9, so that's quite a period of time. So, I mean, my thoughts were totally focused on breakfast. I mean, that was the whole, you know, my whole world.
The train left King's Cross, and I can remember thinking, oh, thank God, it's only 2 more stops until Holborn and I can change. And I also remember thinking, it's incredibly crowded today. If something was to happen, it'd be awful.
Between Paddington and Edgware Road, the Circle Line intersects 2 other lines at Praed Street Junction.
Well, as I was coming up to Praed Street Junction, I could see that all the platforms at Edgware Road in front of me were full. As I say, I was probably a minute or 2 early. So there were 2 District Line trains in the 2 middle platforms, and there was an eastbound train in platform 1. So as I was coming up to the signal that protects the platforms, I was slowing down for it and getting ready to stop. And I saw an inner rail Circle Line train leaving from platform 4 on Edgware Road. You can't actually see the platform, but I saw it come around the corner. Thinking, but I think it didn't seem something not quite right as it was, but I couldn't say what it was. There was a bright yellow light on the train, and then there was just smoke and dust and a noise of, it sounded like somebody had dropped a scrapyard on the track.
The train just came to this, like, amazing halt.
It's kind of a muffled whoomph, and everything shook.
And it was just a moment of quietness, just a moment, and then it vanished.
At Aldgate, Celia Harrison was one of the first people above ground to know that anything was wrong.
But all the power went. We heard the explosion. We didn't know what it was at the time. And in fact, Steve, my station assistant, rushed into the room and said, "What on earth was that?" And we sort of all rushed out to see what we could see. We could see smoke beginning to come out, but we couldn't see what had gone on. We didn't know that there was even a train there.
Celia called the line manager to report the power failure. This was the first indication Darren McCluskey at the Network Control Centre had that anything was wrong.
8:50, that's when we got the first calls relating to an explosion or a loss of traction current at Aldgate. We've lost traction current. Nothing more, nothing less. We know we've lost traction current, we don't know why we've lost current. Reports of loud explosion, fine, but an 11 kV HT cable will, when it ruptures, will make that sort of noise. So it's all consistent. At the moment, it's consistent with a power surge or a power problem.
The power supply problems were not confined to Aldgate.
I had a call at 8:54 from the Northern Line telling me that they'd had a power surge and lost current as well. Around 8:56, this message went out that there was a major power failure had occurred and it affected a large area of the underground.
At about the same time, Gary Stevens was on duty at Russell Square when a group of passengers reported a loud noise from the westbound tunnel.
The customers indicated that this is where the bang had come from. Myself and Dave Boyce, we walked down to here. We was looking at the rails to see if there was anything untoward. We couldn't see any indication of anything that was wrong.
Gary and Dave then noticed lights in the tunnel coming towards them from the direction of King's Cross.
Took about 5 to 6 minutes before the driver and the injured parties got to us. It was then we realised something had gone wrong, big time.
The driver had led out as many of the passengers as he could from the front of the train.
He didn't say it was a bomb, he just said that something terrible's happened. I'm not sure what, but something terrible's happened. There's people down there, they need help. I then jumped down and made my way to the affected train. once we got to the train, I instantly realised that something terribly had gone wrong. And right in front of me there was a young lad who'd had his leg blown off.